remains of the murdered men are being thrown onto trucks and driven off. The military are shouting to everyone to clear the area. Jim strides forward into the middle of the execution ground, ignoring the menace around him. A glint of light amid the blood and dirt on the ground catches his eye. Stooping down, finds a cross and a chain.
Now I know that General Chiang Kai-shek greatly deplores the excesses that were committed in the recent crisis. As a Christian, General Chiang desired only a peaceful compromise with the communist faction. But as the situation got out of control, overzealous elements took matters into their own hands. However, as Christians, we can only be thankful that the communists were unsuccessful. At present, the anti-foreign tide has subsided, and we are going back to Sichuan to continue in our work.
It's all very well congratulating ourselves on the restoration of order, but we can't go back to our churches as if nothing has happened. From Chongqing to Shanghai, we've seen terrible things. So what have we learned from this?
Jim, we are preachers, not politicians or diplomats. And remember, we're guests in this country. It's not for us to judge or to intervene. We are the servants of Jesus Christ. Our duty is to spread his word.
Does it never occur to anyone that we're uninvited guests? And that maybe his word isn't what the Chinese people need to hear right now? Not from us, not from foreigners.
It's what they need to hear more than ever. And if not from us, then from whom? We're returning to Chongqing.
1932, Chongqing. Mary is conducting a little school. She has hung a small blackboard on a tree. Her pupils, besides 2 Endicott boys, include 3 Chinese boys, one of whom is the son of the prominent Chinese Christian, Liu Yi, who is watching benevolently. Jim is fixing a swing.
5 ducks are flying high. Zhanhua, how many ducks are flying high?
How is my son doing? Is he behaving well?
His English is improving every day, and he's very cooperative.
I'm glad. He is such a problem at home. You know, I said to Jim, if you refuse to take my child, I shall throw him over your wall and leave him.
We are very glad to have him in our family.
What about you, Jim? Are you behaving well?
No. What have you heard this time?
You have been a bad boy and teaching very wicked things.
As I can guess, then I have been saying that the only reason Jesus' mother had to be a virgin was because the so-called fathers of the early church couldn't handle sexual love.
What are we going to do with you? Wherever you go, you're always getting yourself into hot water. You're not here to be meddling in political matters, which you will forgive me. You do not understand. And upsetting the students in the middle school with your provocative ideas. You are here as you want to be, to preach the saving truth of Christianity.
Jim is addressing a congregation.
Honestly, the more I hear the supposed saving truth, the less I am convinced by it. If God had meant the salvation of the Chinese to come only through Jesus, he would not have left the job to just a handful of Christian missionaries. As to what is the meaning of salvation, it means discovering what is noblest in yourself, living for an ideal, fostering the emancipation of the human spirit. We foreign Christians are here in China because we believe that the life and teachings of the man, Jesus, point out a clear path towards that goal, a path which may seem good to the Chinese who hear it. We're not asking you to swallow magic and mysteries. You are struggling to free yourself from magic and mysteries. And perhaps some of you will look at us and say, for us, in China now, the necessary truth is coming. Perhaps in your position, I was able to say,
now just a minute, Jim. You're here to preach Christianity, not to make it up as you go along. You're becoming a liability rather than an asset to the church. You're venturing into politically sensitive areas where the church must be seen to be neutral. I understand your passion. There are abuses and outrages in this country, including by Christians, which must here to minister to the Spirit in Christ's name. If for the time being that is too hard for you, I am going to recommend that you take a position as a language teacher in the middle school.
Jim, have you been fired?
Harry, I'm right about this, and he knows that I'm right.
Rule number 1, Jim Endicott is always right.
Harry.
Rule number 2, when Jim Endicott is wrong, see rule number 1. You have been fired, haven't you?
I have been deflected. My little train has been switched into a side track. Well, I will stoke up my engine and see where it leads. I've always wanted to be a teacher.
Well, Jim, I'm happy to hear your attitude about this change. Of course, you do understand that to be a teacher of English is not a new license to teach social people.
At this point, there is a commotion inside Endicott's house, and Mary goes to investigate. She finds that Yao Tingling, the comrade of Yang Shao, has come to him for refuge in a desperate, distraught condition.
Please, you must help me.
Jia Tingying was
I don't want to make trouble for you, but I have nowhere else to go.
It's no trouble, we promised. Poor Yang Shao.
Can I have a cup of water?
Yes, of course. Now tell me if you can.
They burned our house down.
Who did this?
Hired thugs. We've had many threats.
They burned your house?
And beat my family. It's a reprisal. We've been trying to help the peasants to organize themselves. They are desperate. Everything they have taken from them in rent and taxes, when they have nothing left, they are driven off the land. We urge them to band together, but the local landlord is determined to stop us. So he sent his men to punish us.
You must stay here as long as you want. No one will dare touch you.
Thank you. You're very good.
And now come out to the garden. Jim is there and the children. And I want you to meet someone who may be able to help you, Jia Tingying. I want you to meet
Me?
You know each other?
What does it mean? Why is he here?
I don't understand.
It's him. He's the landlord.
Li?
His thugs burned down my home. Shen Li works for him.
It's impossible. Li is my friend. Mary teaches his son. He's a Christian.
His men are beating the peasants.
My dear young lady, I am very shocked by what you say. If this is true.
It is true.
If it is true, it is very terrible, and I will see that it is stopped immediately.
Shen Li is your man. He follows your orders.
I do have an overseer of that name, but he has no orders from me to abuse the peasants in the way you describe it. If your story is true,
I will swear to it. There are witnesses.
then, as a magistrate, I will look into it and see that any guilty persons are caught and punished on my word.
There you are, Jonesy.
Meanwhile, if you will allow me, and without prejudging the case, I shall have to offer you something in compensation.
I will never take money from your hands. Thank you both for your kindness. I cannot stay here.
My friend, you must not let yourself be deceived by their communists.
Maybe not Tingying.
They may be very sincere and dedicated. They are also fanatical. They have no respect for truth or tradition or for morality. They are highly disruptive of our national movement. They seek every opportunity to discredit their opponents, to score propaganda victories. At this moment in our history, when we are threatened in Manchuria by Japan, we must give all our support to Chiang Kai-shek and the Kuomintang.
I agree with you, but all the same.
You know, I have an idea. Perhaps you would like a chance to learn for yourself about the communists.
What are you suggesting?
That the court of meditation, where many communists who have been condemned to death have a chance to redeem themselves, is in need of a teacher of English.
The court of meditation is a cross between the school and the prison. Jim Endicott is in a classroom using his direct method process of English teaching, a series of simple questions and answers, modifying the use of verbs in the present tense. Li is observing intently. Jim gets various students to repeat versions of
I am here. You are here. Who is here? Where are we?
Suddenly, a new voice is heard. It is Yang Shao.
Why are you here?
Are you here?
I am here.
You are here.
I am not here. I am
Why, yes. He is here.
Yes, I am here.
You are here.
I am here, and he is here, and you are here. You are a good teacher. Will you teach me?
You want learning?
Madame Dantashek has lived in America. She says we must all learn to speak English. And now I will leave you to your great teacher, what?
John, I believe it. Look what I have here. It's the cross and the chain that I gave you. I found it on the ground in Shanghai during the execution.
I gave it to a comrade who thought it might save him.
Perhaps he did.
He saw that it couldn't.
You escaped.
The comrade, so I lied. I was on the run for 2 years, but then I escaped. I was captured and then sentenced to death by the commandant. They commuted the sentence as what they call a gesture of conciliation. Now I can do nothing. They say that Mao's going to set up a communist base. Shanks.
He is here again.
He is here again.
You come from this side. You go to that side.
I go to that side, but which side do you go?
Yatiki is here in Chongqing. Did you know?
You see her?
She's in my house. Please tell her.
Can you give her a message? Can you tell her that I'm alive and I still think of her?
John, you must be a model person. Tell me that you are doing well and that you are a Christian. And when you are released from here, you come to my house. I'll tell John King Gate that you can get rid of him.
1935. Japanese invasion of China is devastating the country. After the fall of Beijing, the government of Chiang Kai-shek and Madame Zheng falls back on Chongqing. Liu Li is made governor of Sichuan province and introduces Jim Endicott to Madame Zheng.
Madame Zheng, it's very generous of you to agree to see me.
Governor Liu has told me what a generous friend you are to China. He praises you most highly for your modesty and courage. We hope, Mr. Endicott, that you will agree to our earnest request that you will put yourself in the service of China in this time of her great trouble. If we are to resist the Japanese invaders, we must give our people hope for real progress towards democracy and social justice.
I would be honored to contribute in any way I can.
I think you know that my new life movement needs to link teachings of our own Christian faith with traditional Chinese virtues of honesty and courtesy. We mean to bring alive a whole new spirit in China, and we hope that you will promise to tell us frankly what you see and what you think.
Madame Zheng, this is really a wonderful inspiration. China has been crying out for idealistic leadership. But can you really bring the people together in your new movement? What about the opposition to the communists?
Mr. Endicott, we have made a new alliance with the communists. You know each other.
We met at the Chongqing church.
Well, I'm glad you met again. Jiang Tingying is my most enthusiastic disciple. Almost too enthusiastic.
And what you're our friend.
He's very well. He is here in Chongqing, working for Zhou. He is on the staff of the 8th Army Agency.
It seems that the war is doing all kinds of blessings. We should always be grateful to the Japanese.
A few weeks later.
Madame Zheng, you asked me to report to you on corruption and injustice, and I'm sorry to tell you that I have seen with my own eyes, companies of recruits being marched through the streets, so hungry and weak that they can barely walk.